Retro game collecting right now just sucks. Like, it's so expensive, it's so stupid, and I'm someone that loves collecting things, but these prices are just absolutely ridiculous. But one thing is true, retro gaming is not dying, it's not going anywhere. The crash that we all expected hasn't come along. If anything, retro gaming is becoming more and more popular. You have retro companies coming along, retro brands being revived, such as the Atari with the Atari VCS, which I still don't know what the hell that thing does. I know it's like $400. It's kind of like a mini PC. Okay, that's kind of pointless. Of course, Intellivision is back with the Intellivision Amico, and I mean, that's something. That's something, I guess. But when it comes to retro game collecting, I still like to do it. I just can't afford to do it. But one company that I feel has just been absolutely fantastic when it comes to retro stuff lately has been, of course, Evercade. We had the Evercade handheld system that I reviewed probably 2 years ago on the channel, and I definitely liked it. I had some quirks with it. The button layout, not being able to customize things, I thought was kind of weird. And of course, the main issue with the system was the video out. It just didn't work all that great. It made the system very heavy, and of course you couldn't play with other people. Well, very soon Evercade will be releasing the Evercade Versus. It releases at the end of January, and they actually sent me over a review unit to check out for you guys to see what this system is all about. Now, of course, the main thing about this system is it's not a handheld, it's an actual console. So what is the Evercade Versus all about? Should you be interested in this? And is this the premium system when it comes to retro game collecting as far as new hardware is concerned? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. So if this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like and share the video as well. Without any further ado, let's talk about the Evercade Versus. So here's what Evercade sent me to check out: the premium pack and a couple additional cartridges, the Atari Arcade Collection and the Jellico, I don't know how to say it. It's not Jellico with a J. Anyways, here's the premium pack itself that retails for $129.99, includes the Technos and the Data East Arcade Collection, 2 controllers, all that sort of stuff. Flipping the system over to the back side, it's basically just basic information, what included in the box, and of course the fact that you can play all of your other Evercade cartridges on this system. So if you've been collecting for the handheld, everything will work on this system as well, and vice versa. Taking a look at the system itself, let's open this bad boy up as it's a box inside of a box. Let's get rid of this plastic stuff here, get out of my way. I want to see the system itself. And here is the system. I will say it actually has a little bit of weight to it. I'm actually surprised at a bit how heavy it was. We have the 4 controller ports on the front with USB controller support. Flipping the system over, power supply and HDMI, nothing on the sides. There's our power button, and of course we open it with the 2 cartridge slots. I'll show you guys how the 2 cartridge slots work when we're actually into playing the system itself. Other stuff in the box includes, of course, the 2 collections of Technos and Data East. These are excellent compilations because they're the arcade versions of these games. So I think this is a big win for the premium pack. These sell for about $20 a piece at retail, but you do save $10 by getting the premium pack. You got Double Dragon 2 on there, Combat Tribes, lots of good stuff. The binding on these is actually a little different. It's purple instead of the red color that is for the other cartridges. And then taking some other stuff out of the box here, we of course have the controllers. It does come with 2 controllers, which is very good since it is a versus system. No online play, but it is local multiplayer. And you know, the controller itself feels fine. We'll talk a little bit about more it when we get into actually playing some of the games and whatnot. And then we have just a simple power supply thing. No power brick and no HDMI cable. I do feel like the premium pack should have come with those 2 things, as you know, it's the premium pack. We all have HDMI cables. We all, of course, have power bricks. But I don't know, it would have just been nice if it came with one of those, I feel. Taking a look at the cartridges themselves, if you've never seen an Evercade cartridge before, here's the front, here's the back. Opening it up, we have the cartridge itself, and of course, the very important all-color manual. This is very impressive stuff, considering that these cartridges are $20, yet you're giving me a physical product with a full color instruction manual. I love the artwork in here. Combat Tribes is an awesome game. That's a game we're definitely going to be checking out. And of course, we have the cartridge itself, you know, just your little basic sort of cartridge, nothing too special or anything like that, but it gets the job done. So overall, I really like the aesthetic of the system. I think it looks really nice. Here you can see the 4 controller ports. They all have little numbers above them. It's kind of like in Braille. But how did the games play? That's all that matters. Let's check it out. All right, so here we have the interface of the Evercade Versus, and as you can see, it's super nice. I like the little background aesthetic. I like all of the colors. We have two cartridges loaded in right now. We have the Technos and the Data East Arcade cartridges, as you can see in the upper left-hand corner, and it basically just puts all of the games on the screen for you to choose from. Now you can hit Y to sort by release and the amount of players or the title, and then of course we have the configuration stuff, and that's where we could do a lot of really cool stuff with this. We have the original aspect ratio, pixel perfect full screen. You do different shaders, you can do different bezels, which I think is actually really cool. I like the box art one, so we're gonna go with that. And of course you can choose scan lines. There are a ton of different things. We have the dark light, classic, we're going to stick with the classic. You could do things like fix the sound if you want, adjust the sound levels. You have your network, which is allowing for things like, of course, to update the games and update the firmware of the systems. You could connect to Wi-Fi. I went ahead and connected to Wi-Fi. I don't know what that secret code is. That's actually kind of interesting, but yeah, I like all the things you could do with it. I like the interface. I like the fact that it's, you know, musical and stuff like that. But let's check out the games, because I mean, really, that's all that matters. We're going to go with the Comba Tribes. Now, this is a game. Oh, I like all of this. Look at this. This is fancy. So this is up to 3 players, as we can see, and to give a little backstory of the game here, which is nice. We have the flyer that was actually available in the arcade. This game also released on the Super Nintendo, but the Super Nintendo version kind of stinks compared to it. So you can see our control layout here. We have the insert coin, move character, start the game, kick and punch, but you could do things like grapples and stuff in the game. So it's not just like a simple, you know, like a super simple arcade beat 'em up. I mean, it is, because it's an arcade beat 'em up, but there is a little bit of depth to it. Oh, I like that border. Now, this is the arcade version of the game. I've actually been playing this a lot on my iArcade, because this is one of the games that is available on there. So I'm very familiar with this game right now, and it looks just like the arcade version does. There's no sort of lag or anything like that as far as the game is concerned. I think it looks very nice on the screen. It goes up to 1080p, and this is 1080p we're filming at. So yes, this is very impressive. If you've never played this game, it's kind of like Renegade a bit, but like way better. Like, I don't know why people don't talk about this game. It's so much fun. The graphics are great on it. I love the huge character sprites. There's lots of interactive stuff in the environment. The levels themselves, some of the levels, like the baseball field you get to, and there's like a Native American boss. Like, you know, it's definitely a product of the times. You know, I don't think you can get away with that in 2021 and beyond. But yes, I am a big fan of this game, and this is doing it perfect justice in my opinion, which I am very happy with, because you know, if the games suck, that's not a good thing. The controller itself feels nice. The D-pad, it's not the greatest. It does take a little bit of adjustment to it. I feel like the corners of it, you know, like the upper right, the upper left corners, they definitely take a little bit of adjusting to. As far as the movement on your character is concerned, nothing too bad or anything like that, but I mean, there are different controllers out there. You probably use a controller that feels a bit better. The buttons do feel nice. The trigger buttons on the corners, the upper corners of the controller, I'm not a huge fan of those. They're just kind of tiny, and like where I rest my fingers is kind of near them, but you know, they're not going to really do anything for most of these games. So that's a thing we can you know, conquer when we get to it. I like this Hulk Hogan construction worker guy. You know what? That's what this actually reminds me of. The character sprites remind me a lot of WrestleFest, which is a game we'll never get on this system. But yeah, good stuff. Let's hit the home menu here, and we can see we can do quick saves. We can do things. Oops, I hit the wrong button. We can do quick saves. We can do things with the controls to sort of remember what they are. We can access our display settings as well. So that's very cool. Let's check out another game though, and then yeah, we'll see what's up. Since we checked out a Technos game, it's only fair that we check out a Data East game as well. This is Breakthrough. I've never played this game before, but I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it, and that's one thing. You know, oh God, I already died. Come on, Breakthrough. You are a quarter munching son of a bitch. You are nothing more than a quarter munching son of a bitch. That little mine there is what got me. I like this game though. This is kind of fun. You know, the thing about this system is as far as the emulation is concerned, because, you know, it's not using actual arcade hardware or anything. It does feel very spot on from the games I've played thus far. I'm not a huge fan of this game. This is a complete quarter muncher. But, you know, that's going to vary from game to game as far as if there are any problems. I obviously haven't played. What the hell am I supposed to do there? You know what I'm supposed to do? Find a more fun game, and then I'll collect my thoughts. All right, so as I was saying before, you know, Breakthrough just destroyed my heart. You know, the game emulation and stuff like that, it seems like it's spot on from everything I've played with this system as far as the previous games available on the standard Evercade portable system and on the Evercade Versus system. You know, all these new arcade games. You know, it's different emulating an arcade game versus emulating a console game, where console games have been pretty much flawless. I mean, the NES can run on like everything from a friggin' cell phone to, you know, who cares? These games, you know, they're a little bit more challenging, but, you know, so far I haven't run into any problems checking out all of the games that I've been checking out, whether it's on camera or off camera. So very, very good stuff thus far. And you know, the game library is subjective, but the fact that these games, you're getting multiple games for 20 bucks, it's like you can't beat that. A physical cartridge with a color manual and a physical game for $20, like, and multiple games on that cartridge. Like, there's a lot of really good things about this system. So let's go ahead and wrap things up with my final thoughts about the Evercade Versus. So overall, what do I think about the Evercade Versus? I'm honestly really impressed with the system. I like the interface of it. I like how easy it is. And I like the fact that you're getting physical media that's actually physical media. If you don't want to connect to the internet, you don't have to. You simply just plug in this system and then you play the games. The fact that you can get multiple games on one cartridge, and one cartridge only costs $20, and it comes with a color instruction book as well, is just an absolutely great value. I think the build quality of the system is really nice. I like that the system actually lights up when you turn on the system. There's like a little flashing bar on the actual system itself. Everything about it is just very high quality. I will say the controller is okay. You know, it's not the greatest in the world. You could definitely adjust to it. The top buttons on the controller are a little bit wonky, I feel, but most games aren't going to utilize them. But this is like the ultimate retro gaming system because of the fact that it's not very expensive to get into, and the games themselves are super cheap. You could pick up the Evercade Premium package that I showcased in this video for $129.99. That includes 2 controllers and the 2 games as well, the Data East collection and of course the Technos Arcade collection. I do wish that the system came with a battery pack in it. You know, that's just kind of weird, and there's no HDMI cable as well, which I don't know, for the premium system, like, I feel like that should have been included so that you could just play it straight out of the box, but you more than likely have some of these things. But those are my thoughts on the Evercade Versus. I'm honestly very surprised with it. I think it runs the games great. I like everything about the system, and it's a very awesome retro system in a sea of retro systems that have been coming out that, well, just haven't really been delivering. Let me know in the comments section down below if you plan on checking this out. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like and share the video as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.